You cannot resurrect what you refuse to bury. That is the first law. That is the first sword. That is the first flame. I have seen people cry out for change while clinging to the corpse of who they used to be. And so I ask you plainly, what are you still trying to keep alive that God already called finished? The struggle you feel, the stuckness, the slow suffocation in the same patterns is not because you are weak. It is not because you are broken. It is not because you lack discipline or drive or faith. It is because you are over-identified with the old garment. You are dressed in delay, cloaked in shame, wearing the robe of someone who once thought they had to earn love, hustle for acceptance, or bow to scarcity. But that garment has become grave clothes. You are not stuck. You are still answering to a name that no longer fits you. That old identity tries to follow you into a new life, but it cannot live where truth rules. Hear this in plain words. The first move is not to push harder or prove more. The first move is to bury what is over. Do not polish it, do not fix it, do not explain it. Lay it down. If you keep feeding the old story, it keeps breathing through you. If you stop feeding it, it becomes quiet and loses power. I speak now with the tone of law, loving but firm. Your false identity must be surrendered, not with anger, but with clarity. Speak to it and say you are done. Refuse to patch old skins with new cloth. Refuse to repeat lines that keep defeat alive. You do not carry your pain into the place of your rising. The altar is ready. The tomb is open. The Spirit of God waits for your yes. Will you let the old self die? Say it simple. I let it go. I bury the past. I choose the new. Do not claim you want wealth while speaking like someone who fears increase. Do not ask for love while echoing rejection. Do not cry for peace while you attack yourself each morning. Look at your life with honesty and ask clear questions. What must die so that my provision can rise? What must be buried so that love can wake up? What must I burn so that peace can be born? This is not self-help. This is heart surgery. This is not hype. This is resurrection. I am not here to protect your ego. I am here to call your spirit forward. You were never designed to fit lack or to manage pain as your identity. You were named for glory and supply and calm. Anything in you that does not agree with I am must fall away now, not later, not when you feel ready, now. Use your mouth. Declare the clean break. I now lay down the false. I bury the old. I rise in the name of my new. Keep it simple and strong. Your word starts the change. Your sentence draws the line. Speak from the higher place in you and everything lower begins to move. You are not trying to become a stranger to yourself. You are remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. That true self is not waiting. It is rising. Two selves cannot run the same life. Light and shadow do not sit on the same throne. Either the small voice of fear rules or the clear voice of truth rules. One must grow quiet, one must be lifted up. Choose which will speak through your mouth. Many try to split their voice. On the surface, they say strong words. In secret, they repeat the old labels. That split keeps the old pattern alive. Do not fight it with force. Starve it with silence. Replace it with living word. Give yourself a rhythm you can keep. When the thought I am poor appears, say I am the flow of abundance. When the thought I am broken appears, say I am whole by the word of God. Do not argue with shadows. Turn on the light. Keep the light on with your daily speech. This is why we practice affirmations here. Not to chant for comfort, but to set order. Repetition is rhythm, and rhythm writes new grooves in the soul. The law of substitution is simple. You trade one sentence for another until the new one becomes your normal tone. Start with a clear line. I am not the old. I am the risen. Say it like a command, not like a wish. The voice you lift is the self you raise. The risen self is waiting for your permission to speak. Give it that right now. Let your words be short, clean, and steady. What you say lives. What you refuse to say loses breath. What you call yourself becomes the house you live in. Your life does not take shape only by events. It takes shape by your speech. The real question is not what happened to me. The real question is, what do I call myself now? Identity is not a memory you dig up. Identity is a sound you release. The spirit world responds to that sound. So speak from truth and let the old lie go silent. If you feel stuck, it is not because you are weak, broken, or lazy. You are not missing some rare talent. The real reason is simple. You are still wearing the old name. You are still speaking from the old role. When you over-attach to who you used to be, your words keep that version alive. You try to step into a new room while dragging an old costume, and then wonder why the door will not open. The law is clear. What you keep calling yourself, you keep becoming. There are only two voices that want the microphone in your life. One is the small voice of the ego. It was built from fear, memory, and trying to stay safe. It says, be careful when love shows up. It whispers, who do you think you are when a chance arrives? It tells you to be realistic when spirit is offering more. The other voice is the Christ within, your true self. It does not shout. It speaks with calm authority. It says, I am, and it means now. These two voices cannot rule the same house. One must be lifted, one must be lowered. You choose with your mouth which one speaks for you. This is where the law of substitution begins. You do not fight the old voice. You do not argue with fear. You replace it. You take the sentence that comes from lack and you trade it for a sentence that comes from truth. When the line, I am poor, appears, you say, I am the flow of supply. When the line, I am broken, appears, you say, I am whole by the word of God. When the line, I am unworthy, appears, you say, I am chosen and safe to receive. You do not wait to feel it. You speak it until your feelings learn the new rhythm. Substitution sounds simple because it is simple. The mind loves drama. The law loves clarity. The subconscious is moved by steady sound, not by long arguments. It learns by rhythm. This is why repetition matters. Each time you trade a sentence of fear for a sentence of faith, you cut one thread from the old fabric and weave one thread into the new. Keep going and the cloth on your life changes, not by force, by daily sound. Understand this difference. An affirmation is not a wish. A decree is not a pep talk. In this house, words are orders. You are not reporting your mood. You are setting your identity. When you declare, I am the risen, you are not pretending. You are agreeing with the part of you that never left God. You are lining up your mouth with the design that already exists in spirit. Law responds to alignment, not pleading. Some say, is it a lie to speak strong when I feel weak? No, it is truth speaking to a temporary picture. Truth is creative, not reactive. Truth calls things that are not yet seen as if they are present, and by that call, they appear. You are not denying the pain. You are denying it the right to name you. You are not ignoring the bill. You are refusing to worship lack. You are reminding your life who is in charge. So take your language back. Retire the phrases that keep you small. Stop renewing the lease on the old identity with casual speech. The more you repeat, always mess up, the more life bends to serve that sentence. The moment you say, I walk in order and completion, you hand your day a new script. Do not decorate the tomb with excuses. Roll the stone with your word. If you want a clear starting line, use this one and keep it close to your breath. I do not speak as my wound. I speak as my throne, short, plain, final. Each time the old voice knocks, answer with substitution. Each time the old label rises, answer with your new name. The more you practice, the faster your inner weather changes. The room will not feel the same because you will not be the same. And when your mouth stands with truth, your world must move. What you call yourself becomes the house you live in. Identity is not only memory, identity is spoken. You do not have to wait for a new past. You only need a new name. The world trains you to describe facts. Spirit trains you to declare truth. Facts report the weather. Truth sets the season. When you say I am and then attach a label, you build a room for your life to move inside. If that label is small, the room shrinks. If that label is true, the room opens. This is why Scripture says, "Let the weak say I am strong." It does not say, "Let the weak explain the weakness." Truth is not reactive. Truth is creative. It calls what is not seen yet and gives it a place to stand. When you say, "I am strong," in the middle of a shaking hand, you are not lying to yourself. You are telling your body who the owner is. When you say, "I am supplied," while your account looks thin, you are not ignoring the number. You are refusing to worship it. You are reminding your life that source is bigger than sight. There are always two tones fighting for your mouth. One tone is affliction. It sounds like old fear and old stories. It says, "This is hard, this is unfair, this is late," and it makes your chest close. It waits for proof before it will speak any good. It talks about the tomb and gives you a reason to stay there. The other tone is ascension. It sounds like steady power. It says, "All things are working for my good," and it makes your spine rise. It speaks before proof and becomes the proof. It talks to the stone and tells it to move. Both tones have a script. Only one gives you air. How do you shift tones? Not by arguing, by rhythm. Your nervous system learns through sound that repeats. If you keep feeding it a slow song of defeat, it will sway that way. If you give it a clean drum of truth, it will line up. This is why repetition matters, not to force change, but to set timing. Say the same true line often enough, and your breath will meet it. Your choices will follow. Your day will start to keep time with your speech. Keep the language plain. When the old line, "I am always late," tries to rise, answer softly, "I arrive on time and things meet me there." When the old line, "I never finish," tries to take the mic, answer, "I complete what I start and doors close in my favor." When the old line, "No one chooses me," shows up at your lips, answer, "I am chosen, I am favored, I am safe to receive." You do not need to shout. You only need to be steady. The law hears tone more than volume. Identity shifts when your mouth stops reporting pain and starts governing it. This does not mean you hide tears. It means you will not let tears write your name tag. You can say, "I am healing," while you wipe your face. You can say, "I am wealthy," while you handle a small bill with honor. You can say, "I am loved," while you learn new boundaries. Each time you do, you teach your world to recognize you. Listen to your own sound. After 5 minutes of talking, do you feel smaller or taller? Do you feel your chest sink or lift? That feeling is the echo of the tone you used. If it was affliction, your words tighten the room. If it was ascension, your words open the window. Choose on purpose. Say lines that make space. Say lines that make you stand up inside. Remember this simple path. Name it right. Repeat it clean. Live like your word is true for one small step, then another. The past does not sign your contract. Your mouth does. When you hear the old voice reach for the mic, let it pass. Lift the new voice instead. It will feel firm. It will feel calm. It will feel like coming home. And as you keep that rhythm, your life will begin to match the sound you carry. Practice must be clear and human. No drama, no puzzles. You are changing your life with plain speech. Begin with 3 short sentences that cut the ties to the old self. Say them out loud, steady and calm. I no longer answer to that name. I cancel that role. That agreement is broken. Do not rush them. Let the words settle in your chest. When a label from the past calls you, refuse it with the first line. When you feel yourself acting the old part, end the play with the second line. When a memory tries to pull you back into an old contract, tear it with the third line. These 3 are not poetry. They are exits. Use them whenever the old pattern tries to rise. Now set a 7-day rhythm so your body learns the new sound. Day 1 is the clean break. You speak your release from every word and identity that kept you small. You feel cords loosen. You will want to argue with old thoughts. Do not. Keep speaking your release and let the mind settle. Day 2 is the end of performance. You say that you no longer serve struggle, and you are not your wound. Your tone becomes quieter and stronger. Day 3 is the point of no return. You say you are unavailable to be who you were. You bury the ego with joy. Resistance may flare. Answer it with your steady voice. Walk if you must. Breathe if you must. Keep saying the line until the air in the room changes. Day 4 is the turn. You begin to speak the rising. You say the old has passed and the new has come. Say it when you wake. Say it while you move through simple tasks. Let the phrase fill the quiet. Day 5 is the walk. You say you walk as the risen one, and you draw good by who you are, not by effort. You will notice small proofs. A message arrives. A plan clears. A door opens. Smile and stay in rhythm. Day 6 is identity made present. You say you are not trying to change. You are already made new. Let that theme lead your actions. Choose as the new person would choose. Day 7 is the seal. You say you are living proof of resurrection. You let the old be unrecognizable and the new be undeniable. You do not explain yourself. You carry quiet authority. If you miss a day, do not scold yourself. Begin again. The law responds to present speech. The power is now. Keep the lines short so your nervous system can hold them. Your body is learning a new drum. It follows a clean beat better than a long speech. Add one more practice that moves deep. Meet yourself at the mirror in the quiet hours when the world is still. Stand or sit in front of your reflection. No bright lights, no music. Look into your own eyes and speak a single sentence with full authority. By morning, I rise. Do not beg, declare. You are talking to the part of you that obeys law in the dark. The subconscious hears the tone, not the noise. Say the line 3 times, then breathe and let the room grow still. You do not need to feel powerful. You only need to speak. Seed is planted before feeling. In the morning, hold a simple funeral for the old self. Do it with one line at the edge of your bed. Today the old dies and the new stands up in me. Then move into your day as if that were already true. Answer emails as the risen one. Handle money as the risen one. Keep your language clean. Do not report lack. Do not repeat shame. When fear speaks, use your 3 sentences. When faith speaks, let it speak through you. This is not a hard path. It is a faithful path. Your voice is the tool. Your breath is the timing. Your word is the law that sets your life in order. Keep the rhythm for 7 days and then keep it again. Simplicity is your ally. Consistency is your crown. Speak, and the world will learn your new name. Stand before the tomb and speak. That is the pattern. Jesus did not debate with decay. He called Lazarus by name and said, "Come forth." He did not ask for permission. He did not wait for a sign. He used the voice of dominion. Learn from that. Speak to the part of your life that looks finished. Do not talk about the grave. Talk to it. Call the true self by name. Call your work by name. Call your peace by name. Say, "Come forth." The word is not decoration. The word is direction. Notice something important. He told the people to roll the stone. The command raised Lazarus. Their hands moved the block. This is your pattern too. Your word is the power. Your will is the door. If your heart is shut with old excuses, the call cannot reach. Roll the stone with your mouth. I release the old story. I refuse the old role. I open my life to truth. When you move the stone, the command moves through. When you speak like this, resistance often rises. The body trembles. The mind protests. The old name fights to stay on the throne. Read the sign correctly. This is not failure, this is birth. Pain is proof that the lie is breaking. The heat rises because the chains are loose. Do not retreat. Do not change your decree to match your fear. Speak louder in spirit. Hold your tone. Say, "This ground is holy and I give birth to the new." Keep going until the air shifts. The law of reversal is simple. Any pressure from the outside can become fuel inside when you refuse to agree with fear. No weapon formed can prosper when your tongue will not crown it. The problem cannot stand when you do not give it a name to live under. Say, "I do not sign for struggle. I do not confirm delay. I do not answer to fear." Your mouth is the court. Your word is the verdict. Issue the ruling and walk forward. Every label you kept repeating was a contract. I never win. I am always late. I am not good with money. These are not harmless lines. They are orders you kept filing, but what was signed in fear can be burned by faith. Speak the release with clean fire. That agreement is broken. The old record is erased. My life will no longer carry that stamp. Say it until your bones relax. Say it until the old paper curls to ash in your imagination. The spirit world honors clarity. Now seal your rise with a simple cadence. 3 lines. This is my hour. I bury the false. I rise in truth. Do not whisper. Do not rush. Speak until the room changes. Speak until your spine lifts. Let your breath find a steady beat. The seal matters because rhythm trains the body to agree. What you repeat, you resurrect. What you bless, you breathe life into. What you bury in silence, you are forced to relive. Choose life with your sound. Bring the story home. Picture your own Lazarus, a dream you buried, a courage you hid, a name you dropped. Go to that place in your mind. Roll the stone by refusing the excuse, then call it forth. Come forth, work that matters. Come forth, calm confidence. Come forth, right supply. Do not look to the outer for proof. Listen for the inner witness. That quiet yes inside is your first sign. Stay with it. Keep speaking while nothing seems to move. The seed hears you in the dark. Each morning make space for a small funeral and a clear rising. 1 line to end the old. 1 line to stand up new. Today the old dies. Today I walk as the risen. Then act like your word is law. Handle money with order. Answer messages with calm. Keep your language clean. When fear knocks, let it pass. When truth speaks, give it the mic. This is not a show. This is structure. You do not wait for the world to invite you out of the tomb. You do not ask your past to bless your future. You bless it yourself. You speak from the throne, not from the wound. You speak first and the scene follows. Say it one more time with full breath. This is my hour. I bury the false. I rise in truth. Now move as if the stone is already rolled and the air of the new morning is already on your face.